The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Fast forwarding to now, the podcast is a thing that you're focusing on. And really, I mean, that really covers like a good 20 years that you have been invested in the whole culture of, you know, rap and hip hop within Australia. Now, as somebody who has been, you know, knee deep in it for such a long time, and you've seen styles change, and, you know, you've seen different cities really take the torch or whatever. If I was to ask you your top 5 acts all time in Australian rap, hip hop, and your top 5 current quote unquote new school Oz rap acts, it can be solo artists or groups, who would you pick?
5 from my generation, or from the generation that influenced me, I could probably easily rattle it off as, well, hands down, Lazy Grey, Bias B, Trem, Brad Strutt, and I would probably throw Reason in the mix. I'd probably say those 5. 5 of the new generation, and not because Kyle's sitting over there, but Nerve, what fucking Nerve is doing is just remarkable, man. Like, dudes are taking it to another level, man, you know? Like, you know, there was a time in this city where we kind of, like, as 750, we were a little bit cocky and felt unrivaled, you know? Like, it was like, man, 750, who's ever going to compete with what 750 other, beyond, say, King's Connected, you know? I'd throw a Culprit, man. I'd throw Culprit. King's Connected is, I'd throw him. Checkmate, you know? Like, for me, like, if I had a top 10 of my generation, like, I think Checkmate's indisputably or undisputably one of the greatest MCs out of this country. Taunts, you know, Bigfoot, like, there's a handful, you know, Delta, a bunch of them. But yeah, in terms of this current generation, Nerve, Mitchos the Menace, 100%. I love Scrub, man. Scrub's just a fucking quirky, charismatic dude, man, you know, like, and to come from what he comes from, like, to come from buttfuck New South Wales and the bullshit that he had to deal with, like, yeah, man, he's something. Fuck, who else? I mean, Posse Shot. I mean, how can you go past them? They inspire. They inspire. They're inspiring the generation that inspired me. Look at what Brad's doing now. Brad's working closely with Carney and that, and they've been big supporters of what we're doing with the podcast, so I'm greatly appreciative of Posse Shot. And they're also culture driven, you know, like, they put out a series of 7s designed by Puzzle. Like, you know, you'll hear a Tame DMA reference in their lyrics, you know, or a Dual reference, or, you know, whatever. And that's 4, a 5th. Oh, JK47, dude. Dude's incredible. Yeah, JK47. Yeah, 100%. That would be the 5, man, for me, of the current generation, you know, because I look at what they're all doing individually, and they're all kind of doing what we all did, but on a whole nother level. Like, I was talking to Kyle about it before, just sitting here in the No One Network studios, man, like, just, you know, they're building, they're creating business, man. Like, it's inspiring to someone of my generation. It's something I'm almost trying to play catch up on, you know, like, because I'm doing this podcasting thing, so I'm doing different things now. Like, I'm sort of not as focused on getting a song out, but, you know, I'm dropping, we're dropping these conversations every week and shit like that. I'm kind of inspired by what I look around and see here, you know, like, it's bugged out, man. It's just like, this is hip hop, dude. This is what hip hop can build, you know, and it can do this. And it can, there's many and varied ways to engage with the culture of hip hop and the art form itself, you know, and you're seeing these dudes do this. You're seeing them harness social media. You're seeing them push things so much further, like sponsorship deals and, you know, like, man, you know, it's shit. You know, like, I always think fucking Run DMC, man. You know, Run DMC did it all before everyone. They did movies, sponsorship deals, shoe lines, fucking go through the list. They did everything before everyone. And what we're seeing that next generation do is just, it's crazy. But even still, like, the generation, you know, so there's my top 5 MCs, they're still active, man. Like, you know, Bias might claim retirement or whatever, but Bias is still pumping out fucking however many 7s and 12s a year. He just dropped a new album. You know, Trem's helming Uncut. Like, you know, they have a quality over quantity, you know, ethos, you know. So, you know, but I mean, I don't know how much I can say, but I do know that there's new music in the works coming from them, you know, like, or coming from that label, you know, with King's Connected and whoever else. Anyway, that's for them. But you know, what Lazy's doing with Lesser Known, what Brad's now doing with Posse Shot, what, you know, I mean, I think Reason's just, you know, Reason, but, you know, like, man, dudes, you know, like, dudes are still, they don't stop, man. Like, this life doesn't stop, dude, you know, and if you are as passionate about it as a lot of us are, it just can't stop, you know, it can only continue, you know. Even you don't hear from Delta for however long, but you know he's digging. You know he's visiting somewhere, you know he's doing something, you know he's sitting there talking and politicking with someone. Like, he's incredible, man. Like, you know, like Len One, like, you know, Lenny is a huge influence on me, and seeing how he's transitioned into a label with another dear friend of mine, Chubbs, you know, like a kid called Chubbs and Lenny with miles ago, you know, like, man, it's amazing shit, man. It's amazing shit how things move and how things kind of, you know, they're, you know, like those specific things, Beers, Beats and Biz miles ago and Lesser Known, and, you know, you've got Keno tattooing and all that kind of shit. He's an incredible tattoo artist now, you know, like, and grown into that over the past decade. They're all extensions of the 750 brand and extensions of the same creativity we brought to rap music, to hip hop, to the stage, to the song, to the booth, you know, whatever, wherever.
The lesson. 927. Oh, yeah.